Hello my creative peeps, and welcome back to my channel for another video. Today we're doing another Arteza review, and today I'm very excited about this review. They actually asked me this time which product I thought you guys would be most interested in to share with you guys, and I wasn't aware of these markers until they asked me that. And these are TwiMarkers. I assume it means twin markers. They come in a pack of 48. They have one end that's a fine tip and one end that's a brush tip, so pretty similar to a lot of brush pens out there today. So I thought it would be a cool thing to review since they are new, and you may be looking at them, especially if you're interested in like the Tombos or something. I assume these would be comparable to them. Not assume, but I think they are. So we're going to talk about them a little bit and the differences, but first of all, this is what the marker looks like. It has lots of information on the barrel, and the barrel is clear, which I think was really cool. I've never seen that on a marker before, really. So you have the color name, the number, what it is. You have little icons to tell you which one is the brush and which one is the fine, which is very handy. There also is like a little, it's supposed to be like a clip, but it's definitely a faux clip on the brush end, which I appreciate because that would be the end that I use pretty much exclusively. And then they have this smaller end here, which is a finer tip, which we'll talk about when I write with that. But overall feel very nice. They're non-toxic. I love that they have the color names. I think that is excellent. The clear barrel is a really cool design. And they come in this rainbow order set, of course. Now, at first, I thought the packaging was a little flimsy, but I discovered, I think, why they engineered the packaging that way towards the end. So we'll talk about that. But basically, I just took my bullet journal, which is a Lloydstrom 1917. I have the softcover version, and I just went ahead and swatched them all out. I really appreciate the color selection on this. I have reviewed several of their other products, and what I found with their other products was I was missing a lot of the colors that I liked. Now, of course, their other products like the gouache and the colored pencils and stuff are more geared towards traditional artists, and I guess traditional artists don't use funky colors like mint green and you know, coral and turquoise and all that stuff, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a quote-unquote professional artist, so I couldn't tell you. But this pack has all of those colors that I enjoy using. Not all, I should say, but it has a very good variety for the 48. I was really impressed to see a coral. There's a seafoam green, a mint green, there's spearmint, there's lots of blues and greens, which I appreciated. There was a very nice array of purples, especially that lilac color. I did feel that the yellows were lacking a little bit. They added tons of pinks and reds, and I feel like I could have done with less pinks and reds and maybe a few more yellows, but I guess that is a personal preference. If they're going for marketing to the general population, and if you watch my videos, you know I'm not general, then adding all the pinks was probably a smart marketability move on their part, but I'm not a pink person, so I would have liked to see more yellows, maybe like a mustard yellow. That was one of the things I felt like was really missing from this set that I enjoy about my Tombos was a mustard yellow. But overall, like I said, super impressed with this selection. It has been a week since I filmed this footage, and I've been using these markers in my bullet journal, and I really, really enjoy them. This is what it looks like from the back of the page. So you do have some pretty heavy ghosting in some areas, but really not a lot of bleed through. On the very, like the darkest color, like the darkest purple, there might have been a little bit, but that's about it. And this is me using the brush pen to write what they are. I don't do like calligraphy or anything, so I can't really attest to that. But the brush does have some give. It's not as flexible as the Tombow, but it does have some give, which is really nice, and it does spring back into place. I also tested out the smaller end of the pen which I wasn't a huge fan of. It's super thin, and because I pressed so hard, it kind of splattered when I wrote with it. But I would imagine if you didn't have a heavy hand, that wouldn't be a problem. I don't really care because I never use that end of the marker, but if you have a heavy hand and you do like the fine tip, then that might be something to note. So next I wanted to try these in the Arteza watercolor book because it says they are water-based and blendable. And to be honest, they didn't move a whole lot. They were water reactive, obviously, when I touched them, and so I thought maybe it was the paper, so I went into my sketchbook, and the first one you saw me wet was a Tombow, and then the next two are me wetting the Arteza marker, and it still didn't seem to move even on there. Even if I waited a little bit for it to dry and tried to move it again, it doesn't have that watercolor effect, so that was a little disappointing. But when I did scribble it on this plastic casing, you could get a watercolor effect, which was what I assumed that the plastic casing was for in the end. And it did work out very well that way as well. They did also blend nicely in the corner together by themselves. So overall, I really like these pens. They come in a 48 set, and they're listed right now for $38.99, which is less than $1 a pen. And if you were looking for something for your bullet journal that was more upscale than the Crayola Super Tips, which are super popular, but were not as expensive as the Tombows, then this may be a really cool option for you. They are limited a little bit because of the watercolor effect, but overall, I mean, to me, it's not a huge deal breaker. For less than $1 a marker, I'm really impressed with their color selection and how they perform. And you can do the watercolor effect if you color them on some plastic first. So I hope that you guys found this review helpful. Let me know what you think of these, or if you've seen anything like this on the market. As always, there will be a coupon code listed in the description box below for you if you would like to pick one of these up for yourself. And yeah, I have another review coming in the next couple weeks on some watercolor. We're going to try their watercolor again. So that's it for me today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.